Welcome to Corp, a bi-weekly podcast where we reach into the imagosphere and pull out the next great video game idea. I'm the CEO of Corp, Beckers.
And I am the original CEO of Corp, Bryce.
Last time on this podcast, we made you. How'd that go?
It was a fun personality test that we made where people could come and learn about themselves. And then there would be another person that was very much like them, and they were great. And it was a game where great people could come together and make friends. Bryce played this game. Who is me? I am Bryce, the original CEO of this company. Always, yes. And Bryce does good at games and won. Also, I'm here for podcast. Hello, good friend. We've been here a long time. I love podcasting, not doppelganger.
I have noticed you've been a lot less annoying lately, by the way. I really thought, I should give you a shout out for that.
Yes, this is a characteristic I've had all of my life. Nothing new. Let's talk video games like we do on often occasions. Good friend.
Yes. All right. Okay.
Long time.
Long time person I've known always. All right.
Yes. Not doppelganger. Same one. Good person. Video games?
All right. Okay, better than usual, Bryce. Now it's time for me to tell the people, hello people, please give us game ideas because otherwise we'll come up with them ourselves. And that's probably not as good as your ideas, probably. So you can tweet them to us and then you can put on it a hashtag GameMakeCorp. Spell it all out like hashtag GameMake and then Corp. It'll be great. And then you can say things and you can be like, let's make a game where you have feet for hands. And then we'll do that. And then it'll be enjoyable and we'll say your name on the podcast because you came up with a great idea and you'll live down in history as a great game maker like us.
Yes, I have been great game maker many years. Mm-hmm. Love you guys many times. Long. I've always been here. Nothing new. Go on, podcast. We do this sometimes.
Yeah, it's okay, buddy. It's a podcast time. Are you ready? Do you have a game idea for us? No, because I do.
Okay, I remember this as the thing we do. Sometimes you say thing and then you take it back and then eat it. I think.
Eat it?
Maybe. This is the thing you do, right?
Okay, all right. So, anyways, I don't remember why, but I told myself and everyone else that watches this podcast that I would come up with a game idea for a game called Jingle Jangle. And I live up to my promises. I'm a woman of my word, so I have it. It's here and it's ready.
Are most of your game ideas just going to be out of spite? Out of you said you would do a game idea out of some bizarre thing you've said, and then you're like, this is it. I forced this upon you. Enjoy these random words I strung together.
Usually it's like Bryce says, that sounds stupid. And I say, hey, no, it's not. And I'll prove it. And this is one of those times. So Jingle Jangle is my new game. And I decided that it's a game that's going to be about coming up with jingles for products, like commercials.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a game where you're going to be the next Roto-Rooter or J.G. Wentworth / that terrible education connection string of commercials that I know all the words to still, and it was awful.
I know that. No? What?
Okay, well...
What? Sing, please?
Okay. Which one?
Education?
It goes like, I don't remember. It's like...
I know all the words. I don't remember them, though. In my soul, I know words. My heart knows them, and that's what's important.
It's like, get connected for free. and it goes, education, connection. That's how it goes. It's something like that. And there's this chick in it.
I think that might have been a regional commercial.
Maybe. I don't think so.
That everyone knows the only good jingle is pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time. When pizza's on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime because it's true. That's what makes a good jingle. Truth. And that's the only one who's never lied to us.
I don't think Roto-Rooter's ever lied to me.
I also don't know.
You don't know that one?
Maybe the Roto-Rooters were not appealing to me enough that I don't remember their...
Call Roto-Rooter. That's the name.
That's it?
And away your troubles. Down the drain. Roto-Rooter. Okay, that one is timeless. That one's timeless. So just get out.
I like the way that they say the Roto-Rooter in a musical way.
Roto-Rooter.
What's the game? How do you play the game? Is this...
You make up a jingle. So, Bryce, give me a product. And it can't be one that like already has a jingle. Give me a product or a business.
Corn.
Bryce, they don't have commercials for vegetables.
You say that, but there is a strong milk about people be like, did you drink your milk? They're just commercials encouraging people to drink milk.
Pretty sure that's like the health department.
It's the dairy farmers because obviously they make the milk and they want you to.
Okay, so corn.
Yeah, corn farmers need representation.
Oh my god. So now, Bryce, you're going to come up with a jingle for it.
Aren't you glad I didn't say orange?
That would have been really mean.
Hey, everybody. Let's... This is going to be a rap. I've only come up with one word that rhymes with corn. And I'm going to rap about it.
No, I'm scared. Go. I'm excited.
I wasn't prepared for this.
Well, good.
Hey, everybody. There's more words to this song, but maybe... Hey, everybody, stop watching porn, because it's time to eat corn. It's good. Corn. Timeless. My original rhyme was torn, but I couldn't figure out how to work that in, so I made it about porn.
Hey, everybody. It's time to eat corn. Oh, my God.
Don't be forlorn, because we got more corn.
Look, it's a unicorn. It rhymes because it has corn in it.
We could have the unicorn corn.
With a corn on its head.
We just need to make a game about marketing, and we'll give you gamers a product, and it could be about corn, and we got to figure out how to market it, and they can make the unicorn corn. And what's great is that we can also start a side business about our marketing deal. And that way, people can be like, hey, I make bologna. And then we can be like, well, give us about like 2 days. We'll throw that over to our experts. And then we put that in the game of like, okay, now you guys need to come up with a marketing scheme for bologna to get all those good points.
Already like a hugely famous jingle for bologna.
Yeah, for their bologna, but we're gonna help the underdog bologna who's trying to scrap his way to the top, but he's got to knock down the Goliath.
That other guy's a phony. We got better baloney.
There we go. Just ask Tony. It's great.
Oh my god. Great.
I'm pretty sure as long as it's not a tiger, we're in the good. We can just have a guy named Tony say it's great, and we're fine.
And he'll wink.
Yeah.
Be like, what do you mean that, Tony?
You know what we're talking about.
You know which Tony we mean. Oh, man. That was awesome. I really liked your round.
So.
Okay. I think this is a smash hit. Okay. I'm really excited for Jingle Jangle.
Is that okay? Yeah, it can still be called that. I think expanding it to the entire marketing scheme is good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, having coming up with a mascot and an actual commercial. These are all good things we could build off of this. But we're still gonna call it Jingle Jangle.
Well, I have a game idea that's kind of in that media space world, and this is about making a movie. You are a production company making a movie, or are you? This game is called The Big Hit. You have to pretend to make a movie as an elaborate ploy to rob a bank. Now, I know what you're thinking. How are you going to rob a bank with your cameras and stuff? It's the greatest cover. See, whenever movies always have your bank robberies and your shoot 'em ups and your gun chases and stuff. So all you have to do is go knock on everybody's doors around the bank area and be like, "Hey, I got a cameraman here. I got a director's chair. Just carry a director's chair around with you and be like, "Hi, we're shooting this movie called The One Last Big Job." And it's about a bank robber. We got some people with some fake guns, and we're using the bank and some of these streets around here as part of the movie. So if you see anything, if you see people with guns, just don't worry about it. It's part of the movie. You don't need to call the cops or anything. And then even you go down.
Just put out a whole bunch of traffic cones and stuff.
Yeah, just block off the area with cones. And just be like, and that way you both have an escape route, keep everybody out of the area. You got the whole bank zone to yourself. And then just call up the cops and be like, "Hey, we're shooting this movie. It's about, robbing a bank, but it's just a movie. So if you get any calls about, people robbing the bank, it's just for the movie. Just don't worry about it. We'll try and be real quick and quiet about it. Don't even worry about it." And then they're gonna ignore it. If you miss somebody, if the bank tries calling and being like, "we're being robbed," they'll be like, "Oh, they already called us. They told us it was for a movie. Don't worry about it." So honestly, it's a great video game idea. Just that.
So what happens?
Yep.
When the police are like, "Oh, cool. Let me come help. I want to be in the movie."
I mean, that's even better because then like you can put them in their police car. They can be like, "Hey, yeah, you can be the police in the deal." That way they can chase you they can come running out, chase for a bit, and then you just go like radio them and be like, "Cut," and then they stop and they come back to the place and you keep driving. So you can distract. You can be like, "Hey, everybody, come down," or even better yet, like tell them, "Hey, we need you guys for this secondary scene over at the abandoned lot. We're gonna shoot this secondary, and we need a lot of security over there." we're gonna start. We need you guys there early before we get there, but we need you guys all over at the abandoned lot, because we got a lot of cops we need for this, and we know you want that big shot. We're gonna make you Hollywood. So if you just hang out there while we shoot this real quick shot at the bank, then we'll head over there and it'll be great. And then you can just tell the cops to go wherever you want, and you and the rest of the production team's out of there before, and
be like, oh, we gotta take this prop money back to the house where it lives in the prop house.
Yeah, we gotta go back to Hollywood. Mr. Hollywood called, and turns out this wasn't the right bank. We needed to go shoot at a bigger bank.
Oh, and also, by the way, you could like release the movie.
Yeah.
And it would make for a super good movie because you can be like based on true events.
Yeah, after the statute of limitations is up for like the bank robbery, release that shit as a documentary. Then
Isn't
really
it
cash
only
in.
like 10 years?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. That's plenty of time. So 10 years from now, you can be like, this is footage of a real robbery. These are real cops. Don't they look stupid?
do a bunch of like behind the scenes shooting. Just be like, hey, how are you? Are you excited to be in the movie? Be like, oh yeah, I see these movies all the time. I'm I don't know. Name a big actor.
Brad Pitt.
Is Brad Pitt here? And I'd be like, oh yeah, he's in his trailer. Like, he'll be coming out any minute. You know, he's gonna be the guy who robs them. I'm sure you'll see him running out. You can't see him right now. He only comes out for the big scenes. So, you know.
Yeah, he has to stay in character. He's a method actor.
Yeah, he'll be the one. He'll be one of the ones wearing the mask. I think you'll know. And the cops will just be like they'll be ignoring all the screaming and stuff. A, because they think it's part of the movie, and B, just be like, oh, I bet that one's Brad Pitt. Oh,
you can tell by the way that he is.
The way that guy's ass cheeks move, it's gotta be Pitt. Nobody's ass moves like that.
They're flapping exactly the right way.
Yes. I've seen Brad Pitt's ass in so many movies. It's gotta be him.
Didn't Brad and Angelina break up?
Yes. Probably.
Okay. So Angelina won't be there.
Right. Also, Brad Pitt won't be there too. That would be great. That would be great if you get Brad Pitt as part of the. Just be like, convince Brad Pitt you're making the movie. Have him come down, and then he's just sitting there holding the bag for the. Fuck it, you could get a bunch of actors to have them do the robbery for you. And then be like, okay, you need to go in. They're gonna act scared, but it's part of the movie. They are also actors, and we're gonna do this in one big cut, or one big take. First take. This costs a lot of money. We're only doing this once. So you go in, you point the gun at them, ask them to put all the money in the bag, and then you get in the car and you drive away, and then meet back at the secondary point. And then we'll take the props and go to the next location. So you, Brad Pitt, and the guy from Good Will Hunting, not Robin Williams, the other one,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, it was.
Was that him?
No, it was the Born Supremacy, Born Identity.
Jason Bourne.
Yeah, it was Jason Bourne. We got Brad Pitt and Jason Bourne.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
and then be like, oh, it's Jason Bourne. And be like, I think that's out of character. Also, I was told this wasn't a Bourne movie. I mean, but
Matt Damon.
Yes, Matt Damon.
By the way.
So yeah, you'll have some upfront cash to be able to plan the heist as part of an Ocean's 11 thing, because like everyone knows in those Ocean's 11 movies, they were getting big drills and stuff. There was a lot of upfront money for them to get the secondary like money, which is obviously a bigger amount of money, but you got to have your upfront money. So you can spend some of that on like, crew, people to make it look like you got to have cones and cameras to set up the legitimacy, or you could spend some of that on actors, and they could literally rob the bank for you.
How much money does the average bank hold?
I guess it depends on the bank, but I don't know. I feel
Are we
like,
gonna break even here? Because this is starting to sound like a bit of a production.
no. I would hope so, but I think banks still hold quite a bit of money, even though a lot of it's just like numbers. But you also forget about those safety deposit boxes where everybody's got those jewels and stuff that you can fence afterwards. Untraceable goods. Any contributions to my great idea?
I'm done.
Okay. Well, you know who contributes to our great ideas every single episode?
Who is that, Bryce?
Our Patreon supporters and investors who go to lastgeek.com. Nope. Who go to patreon.com/lastgeek.
This is a mess.
to give us $5 every month to help keep the lights on at Corp. And in turn, we reward our great investors with a shout out on each and every episode of Corp. So thank you, Aaron C. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be able to come out with the big hit, a great game from a great company.
It really gave Bryce the bravery to come out with the great game.
Beckers,
Do
you have a game idea?
Yeah, I do. Okay, so like last episode or something like that, I was demonstrating how easy and fun it is to just word vomit game ideas, right? And I said the phrase, ducks run the government. And now that's my game idea because I liked it. So get ready to have a duck load of fun. And buckle up for a new game. So this game takes place sort of like a little bit of a dystopian future, right? The US is on a steady decline. And
why are you laughing about the US declining?
Duck.
Oh, it's a pun.
Listen, there's a lot of them.
Okay.
They're coming.
Gross.
They're coming. Speaking of gross, did you know that ducks have corkscrew penises?
I do. I'm pretty sure I've told you.
I'm pretty sure everybody knows that fun fact. If you didn't, you're welcome, listeners.
It's because the girl ducks' vaginas are mazes.
Yeah, so it's like a little tiny game.
If you ever go into a corn maze and aren't doing so well, try going in with a giant drill, and suddenly it's easy mode.
Easy.
Also, there might be a lot of screaming from people who don't know that there's a giant drill going through the corn maze.
So the US was on a steady decline, and the people were all like, what'll we do? And so a new bill was passed. It's called the Declaration of Independence. And it created a new country.
Okay.
And then ducks ran the government. And
What? How did the ducks get control of the government because of a new country? Who?
They didn't take control, they were given control.
Okay.
We as a people decided that we shouldn't have our hands in the pot anymore.
Okay, so rather than
We decided to let them take a quack at it.
And rather than just having them take control of America, they said, we need to get rid of America, start fresh with this
Well,
new
obviously,
doc country.
we couldn't have a democracy anymore. It obviously had to be a dictatorship.
I mean, I think you can switch government styles while still keeping the country, but sure.
No, because we weren't gonna be United States anymore.
So it was not a duck revolt. It was a like, hey, we can't do this. Let's give ducks a shot.
Yeah, it's their turn. Yep,
Oh.
That's how it went. That's how it started.
Okay, so that's the prologue to this game. Then what happens?
All right, so they use their cutting edge ducknology.
Do you play as a duck? Do you play as a human?
I haven't decided.
Okay. Is it like a Command and Conquer style game where you can choose which faction you're part of?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yes. Our Air Force is incredible.
Is it ducks? Or or did the ducks impart their knowledge upon the humans how to fly good and be like, hey, did you try flapping your wings? And then the Air Force was like, no, we actually never did do that one. We just kind of had them staying still.
So it's part ducks, part ducks, and part ducks teaching humans to fly. Yeah, and the ducks also taught humans how to send poop missiles, just like ducks. But keep in mind that this is like the humans are in a lower caste than the ducks now. The ducks are definitely running things. They just allow the humans to fight all alongside.
I mean, if you were a duck, why sacrifice duck kind for wars? No, you have the humans do that.
Right. So that's how
what
it goes.
What do the ducks want?
They're running stuff. What do they want?
Yeah.
They better environment, cleaner ponds.
Are the ducks trying to take over other countries to put ducks in charge of those areas as well?
Probably eventually, but at least a few places are turning to your side already.
Is there some duck domination?
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like most of the smarter countries, they really turn things over pretty easily.
I mean, Canada was already leaning that way already.
Yeah, they're pretty much 50% duck up there. And there's a problem with the geese. There was a bit of a war. It was very unpleasant. But the ducks won the war with human help. Because let's face it, if it was a fight between a duck and a goose, the goose would win. But
I don't know. Those ducks come with the corkscrews. What's the goose got?
Jesus, I don't know what duck penises. I mean, what goose penises are like.
But how many
You would assume it's the same since they're both waterfowl.
Why would you? Do you assume all mammals have the same penises?
I mean,
a tiger
really, a lot of them are very similar.
A tiger is a mammal. Do you think they're, all
no?
My downtown's all furry.
But a duck and a goose are a lot more similar than a tiger and a human, for example. It's more like comparing a tiger and a lion.
I would think it'd be more closer to comparing humans and monkeys.
Yeah, maybe. What are I don't want to ask the question I was about to ask. I think I changed my mind.
Okay.
I don't want to Google it either. I don't need to know what monkey penises are like.
This game idea is a lot about what penises different animals have.
Okay, so that's the first.
The first thing is that ducks run the government.
So the second declaration is no more talking about animal penises all the time. We don't need to do that.
Okay.
There's a cap of mention of no more than 2 mentions of animal penises at a time.
Okay. Are the humans trying to revolt? who want to take over who are unhappy about the ducks.
Some of them.
So
yeah.
do the ducks have to worry about a human revolt?
Not. I want to say most humans are on board with the idea.
How are the ducks communicating with the humans?
I don't understand your question.
How are the ducks communicating?
They quack, Bryce.
Okay,
It's clear as day.
So humans understand that.
Yeah.
Do ducks fly together?
Yes.
Okay.
That's that. Yes.
What's the new government's favorite hockey team?
The Mighty Ducks. And obviously, our number one enemy is probably China, because they do like that Peking duck meal that they're all about.
Okay.
So they don't want ducks to run the government because then they can't eat ducks anymore.
So
Those mother duckers.
So I'm starting to think this is a game where like the ducks get control of the United States, but for the ducks to truly control the government, they need to control all of the governments. So I'm seeing this as kind of a strategy game. It both I guess what is it? Kind of like Civilization, where you can do like the political victories and all that, but it's all ducks. All playable characters are ducks. You can have some like human advisors, but ducks run the government, and you want the ducks to run all the government. So you can kind of like, oh, Canada, like, come on, you were already on the team, and you got to try and turn the ducks around the world. And I think there's definitely some like, try and get some uprisings in those countries.
Some duck risings.
Maybe if you can't get a political, have the leaders go, hey, that seems like they're doing pretty good. You might have to have the ducks, take some key roles in the government and do it slow. And then finally, you're working your way towards China, because they got a big army and probably some anti-air guns, but they can't stand up against a whole.
See, but that's the greatest thing about ducks, is that their air force and their naval force are both equally strong, because they're also very, very good in the water. Ducks.
Gross.
You need to get your mind out of the gutter. Don't be a bird brain.
Anything else about your duck game?
No need to fly off the handle. Hold on.
What? That's not related.
Ducks fly.
Yeah, but that's not related to the conversation. That's just a duck pun.
All hands on duck. I think I'm done. I think I got them all out. I think I'm all ducked out.
Okay, I've got another game idea.
Quack addict. Okay.
You know how there's a lot of like single player games, like the Fallout game, the Fallout series, who everybody wants to play together. Everybody's like, oh, Fallout 4, I wish there was a way to play this with my friends. And then of course, like they're like, oh, we'll make Fallout 76, and then you'll be able to play with your friends and it'll be great. And it's not great. They did it bad because they tried to make a single player game multiplayer. But we're going to make a multiplayer game single player. I think technically it's still a single player game multiplayer, but we're doing it different. So instead of having it where like, oh, you're playing alongside all of your friends, everyone can play this one copy of Beckers. Come up with a game.
Unicorn Town Adventure.
Unicorn Town Adventures. There we go. That's the hot new game. It's going to be so fun. Everyone's going to want to play it, but they can't all play it at once. Everybody can play this single copy of Unicorn Town Adventures. And so first person who gets in there, they can play as long as they want, but once they stop, once they close out of the game, somebody else can jump in and they will be playing from where that person went. And they keep playing and they get a level up and stuff. But if they ever log out or they lose or die or anything, then they're out until another person jumps in. And it is a multiplayer, single player adventure. So I think on one hand, everyone's gonna like want to be clamoring at this. We're gonna sell it. We're gonna sell everybody a $60 copy of the game, but you might be waiting a year for to be able to play it. You're just gonna be sitting there going like, oh man, like I'm about 2000th in line. I think like based on the average play and stuff, I think around October I might get my shot. I'm so excited. I hear that there's like a super unicorn that you get to have this epic battle with. I hope that's still there, that somebody hasn't beaten that by the time I get there, but I'm hoping I can get my shot at that. So we're going to be able to sell a lot of people a game, and it like that we can churn through a lot of players, but we only have to make one experience for everybody because only one person can play it at a time. And I think along with that, we're going to stream the entire game experience. So we're going to be number one.
I was going to say.
Yeah, we're going to be number one on Twitch because everyone's going to want to watch what's happening when they can't play so they can stay up on the story because
you're a genius.
Yeah, it's going to be like the hottest TV show. Everyone's going to be like, "Oh, what happened when I was at work? Oh my god, he fought the black unicorn? I heard rumors. We saw glimpses of them, but I didn't believe it was true." And we can craft the greatest story that everybody gets to experience together. And imagine like all the lore and mythology of this. And then finally, you get to step in to the shoes of what's our character's name?
Sparkles.
You get to step into the shoes of Sparkles.
The horseshoes.
And finally be able to experience the game for yourself. It's like being able to like be Tony Stark for a day. Like you're watching the Avengers and watching this great story play out. And then one day you're like, hey, you want to be Tony Stark for a little bit? And then you're like, hell yeah, man, I've been waiting since like 2 years ago. I bought this game. My time's finally come. I gotta play the game.
You'd have to like call off work. People would be calling into work as it'd be like, I can't come in, I'm a unicorn.
Yeah. They're just like, I'm taking my vacation days just all in this time. Once I start that game, I'm not turning that thing off as long as I get the chance.
I feel like we should limit how long somebody can play at a time.
I see. On one hand, that I think that's something, but I think there's also going to be like, I could see that there's like a skill set around it. Like you're going to have people like be like, oh, this guy lasted like 5 days. It'll be like an esports legend for this game. Like the longer you can last.
Gosh.
Like I think it's gonna be like Dark Souls-esque. It's gotta be really hard.
Oh, and if you die, you lose your turn.
Yeah. If you log out, die, then you're out, switches to the next person.
If the other unicorns take your kidney.
Yeah. And then the next person jumps in and they're like, now I'm down to a kidney. Thank you, Fart Blaster 96. Come on. You brought us all down. Like the entire world is trying to work together to save the Unicorn Kingdom, and Fart Blaster's over here bringing us one kidney down.
Yep. And you have to deal with the consequences of that shitty player for the rest of the game. Everybody does. The whole world. I feel like that would invite some trolls.
See, I think it will, but like when the entire world is invested in this series, I think anybody who trolled would be seeing some swift justice by the community.
Especially because you're forced to stream it, and you gotta have a face cam.
Well, no, I think that we'll have the official GameMate Corp stream, because we're gonna be monetizing that. We gotta get those bits money to us. We ain't letting you stream that to your own account.
Right. We gotta get those Benjamins.
Yeah. But I think this will also bring gamers together in a way that they never have, because since the days of Twitch Plays Pokemon, you have never seen that many gamers working together for a single goal. And I think this is the game to do it. We're going to make gaming better for everybody with Unicorn Town Adventures.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. I was originally going to go, I think the big hit was going to be our game. I think that was the better game idea. But I think working together here, I think we've made the game.
I think you have a beautiful vision, Bryce.
Yeah. I think we've created something great for the gamers, for the unicorns, for both the gamer who doesn't want to watch, who doesn't want to play, they just want to watch. I mean, so many people are going to be watching this game played who don't want to play, but they're going to give us their Twitch subs to get that one of a kind Twitch unicorn emote and all that great merch. There's going to be so much merch. It's going to be like My Little Pony up in this business.
Cause it's gonna be bigger than sports. Yeah. People are gonna be wearing their jerseys with the Unicorn Adventures on it. Yeah. It's gonna be big.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You're gonna have, like, instead of like your favorite team, you're gonna have like your favorite player of like Hot Biscuits 86, dude. Do you know what he did during his gameplay? He brought down the red dragon, who we heard like the unicorns talking about that for like 3 months of gameplay.
There's gonna be a really hard boss that nobody can get past for like weeks.
And then someday a player's gonna come through and they're gonna do it, and then they're gonna be on the news.
A hero comes along with the strength to carry on.
Fart Blaster 69? I thought he was banned from the game, but he's back.
I thought it was just a myth.
And he came back and he took down the, I don't know, what's the thing he can take down?
The Kraken.
Sure. We'll put a Kraken in there in the Fart Blaster.
The Crackalacken.
Sure. It's a breakdancing Kraken. And it'll be great. And Unicorn Town Adventures. You're playing it. You're gonna. You think you won't, but you will. Because they
Everyone's
all will.
Playing it.
Hey Beckers, where can people find more about you, from you, next to you?
They can find more from me on my Twitter. It's at Dr. Beckers with a Z, because someone else who hasn't used Twitter in 8 years has the S, and that makes me sad. And then you can find me also on Twitch at Dr. Beckers. And that one has an S. How about you, Bryce?
I've had my Twitter account for many years, and it's hold on, I have it written down. Last Geek. It's Last Geek. I tweet there many times, many years. And Instagram. I have that one. Last Geek Plays. And there's some other ones. I'm sure you already know them. And if you love video games, go play the game You. It's great. Everyone loves it. All my friends love it. Doppelgangers are great. Just saying. Not related to anything about that game. The personality test. It's a fun personality test. Thank you for listening to Game Corp. This has been another great episode. Hope you enjoyed it. And remember, have fun.